Welcome, horror fans, to the Next Door Horror. Now, today's a little bit different than normal. Usually we watch a spooky film, but not today, no. Shockingly, Gabriel has booked us an amazing guest. We have Keisha Tucker here. Now, Keisha, you were in the 2019 film Us. What was your role on that film?
That is correct. That was in Us, and I got to be one of the stunt doubles for Lupita.
Very, very, very fantastic. How was it being on that set?
It was great. It was amazing. Jordan Peele was very cool. He's just, in person, he's just, I don't know, so friendly and professional, but also funny. And yeah, it was great.
That's always good to hear, yes. Now, how long have you been doing stunt work for?
I've been doing stunt work for about... Since 2008 was probably my first stunt, so about 10 years.
And what
10,
was your
11
first
years.
stunt?
My first stunt was on a show called Chocolate News with David Alan Grier. Yes,
my favorites.
on the Comedy Central Network, and I was just fighting in different scenes, playing a different girl each time, and fighting a guy.
Oh, very cool, very cool. And how did you even start down that path of stunt work?
Well, when I came to California and I was doing extra work on sets and everything, I would see stunt people and want to do the same things and learn what they were doing. So I would just ask around. I'd ask people, hey, what do you do? Where do you go? And they would tell me, and I would just listen and do it.
Very cool.
And go where they told me to go, basically.
Very cool. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to go against my better judgment here, and I've let Gabriel ask you a few questions as well as we go through this. Now, feel free to ignore him or not respond or respond. It's totally up to you. But now, Gabriel, please try to use thoughtful questions.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go.
Nope.
Okay.
Oh. You mentioned the movie Us.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have to actually murder someone?
Okay.
I wish, but I didn't. I didn't want to go to jail because if I did kill someone, I probably would have.
Yes.
Smart.
But like on set, sometimes tensions get high.
Yeah.
Long days.
And it was actually a creepy set. Like,
was it really?
While being there, it kind of creeped me out. So,
okay.
Who knows? Somebody could have just gone crazy.
Yeah, that's actually a good... I had a question about that. I'm glad you brought that up. When you're on the set of a horror film, does it feel like a horror film, or do you feel separated from it, like, because all the lights and the cameras, but it sounds like maybe it was creepy?
It was creepy. I mean, I have... this was the first time I actually felt creeped out on a horror set, actually. This is the first time, I must admit.
You've been on other horror films?
I have.
So what other horror films can we look out for you in?
Well, there's a Netflix horror film called Thriller.
Oh, yes.
We filmed that one a year before Us came out. And actually, this came out after Us.
Oh.
Yeah, it was like a high school teenager horror flick.
Like a slasher film?
Yes.
Oh, very exciting.
And we can find it on Netflix. Called Thriller.
Thriller on Netflix. Check it out, horror fans. And now, I guess my question would be, like, with the set of a horror film where you're doing stunts there, is there a big difference between that and, of course, you were in Captain Marvel, Black Panther, Ant-Man and the Wasp, and those are very big Marvel action-y films. Is there a difference of the stunts that you would perform?
Yeah, each film, it just depends from film to film. On Black Panther, I never did the things that I did on Black Panther on any other set. Like, I was riding on top of a vehicle, and I've never done that before. And since then, I haven't done it again, and I hope to. But, yeah, and then Ant-Man and the Wasp, I was just basically utility, driving cars in the background, pedestrians on street near crashes. So yeah.
Oh, and you're a stunt driver as well. You have to. Are you just driving through, or are you doing like Fast and the Furious type jumps and twists?
I wasn't doing any slides with the car or anything on Ant-Man, but I do practice doing that, train doing that.
It sounds like a lot of fun.
Yes.
And also probably very scary and very dangerous. Do not try that, but also kind of fun.
More fun and than scary, but definitely dangerous. So don't try it.
Okay.
Okay, Gabe.
Oh, okay.
Gabriel, please.
All right. Ooh, on Captain Marvel, Did the cat do all its own stunts?
Oh, Captain Marvel. Actually, it did have doubles. So there was a lot of different cats.
Oh, I would have loved being on that set.
Lots of different
Flurgans?
Flurgans.
Is that the name? Or
Flurkins.
Flurkins.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Okay, well, that was actually a pretty good question.
Thanks.
Is there anything we as movie fans that just go to the theater to watch, any thing we might be surprised to know about stunt actors, the stunt work that you do that we just doesn't come across, but you'd be like, oh, I didn't know that was something that had to happen?
Well, with some of the fighting stunts, we actually have to touch each other.
Oh.
Some people just think that we never, touch each other. We don't in the face in general, but if there's like a body hit, then you want to give a slight tap sometimes just to know that the person has hit you. But you have to learn how to control it.
Oh, yes, of course. Now, I asked Gabriel to mention it, and I believe he said you had seen a little bit of it. The movie They Live.
Yes.
There's that famous scene in there with David Keith. And Keith David. Because there's another actor named David Keith, and I always switch his names. And Roddy Piper. Now, when they actually filmed the fight scene, they both had stunt backgrounds or pro wrestling backgrounds and actually physically fought. But you don't go that far, right? You don't punch each other for reals.
No. We don't punch each other for real. That would be not good if somebody started bleeding or couldn't continue the scene. Yeah.
Had you heard that fact that there's a little known, it's sort of a cult thing that in that movie they had actually fought just to get it to look correct?
I didn't hear that. No, maybe in some parts they actually fought, but I feel like that might be stretched.
You think they embellished?
Just like how Tom Cruise does all of his own stunts.
Oh, I see.
Might be a little stretched.
Yes.
He doesn't do his own stunts?
I mean, there's always someone there.
Calling you out, Tom. Calling you out. Yes, that's very interesting, because yes, I could see how it get embellished. Just for me watching, there's one part where Keith David loses a big chunk in his head from the concrete, and doing stunt work seems very dangerous.
Oh, yeah. Well, don't get me wrong. Some of them do their stunts. They're skilled and they do their stunts. But somebody might do the same thing. Their stunt double might do the same thing afterward, just in case it looks a little bit better or, But, I don't want to take that away from anybody who might still do their stunts.
And even when you're trying to be safe, you have to be very on your game because things can get out of hand, I assume.
Yes. Anything can happen, and you have to be aware of everything around.
When you're setting up for an actual stunt, I assume there's you checking everything, but you also have a crew that comes in and double checks and triple checks.
Yes, the coordinator will check. Sometimes he has helpers, that utility stunt people that will also check things. Riggers will be on the stunt team, and you yourself as a stunt person or stunt performer have to make sure everything's safe around you too, and watch what they're doing and triple check.
Oh, that's very good. Good. It's good to hear. Now, Gabriel, let's keep the ball rolling on good questions.
Okay. So you actually mentioned, making sure that everything is good in terms of the outfit and what you would wear and make sure that everything's good to go. Now, on Captain Marvel, the stunt person that was there, were they actually flying through space with no spacesuit on? Because that doesn't seem very safe.
It's not safe. No, they weren't.
Oh,
they would have died.
Yeah, they didn't actually go into space, Gabriel.
They didn't?
No.
Sorry.
Well, okay, never the next question I have.
And so being a stunt performer, when you go to watch movies, do you sort of nerd out on watching other stunts in movies, or are you just like, I'm here to see a film?
No. Now I kind of watch closely to, there was a stunt double, that was a good stunt, that looks good, and I'll definitely stay for credits more now than I used to, and stay to watch the stunt credits, and that's my friend, yay, she worked on it, oh great, yeah!
Yes, very cool. Any movies that sort of stand out where you were in awe of what they did?
Just a lot of action movies that have come out lately. I've been in awe. I mean, not to do like a shameless plug because of I was in it, but like
please.
Black Panther was amazing. The stunts on that, the fighting, the just like the car scene and everything that I was fortunate enough to be a part of. I was like, wow, that's actually that. Black Panther is the movie that made me start to train in doing car stunts.
Cool. Now, is when you're in these movies and you're doing the stunts, do you have like that moment where it's like you're sort of picturing what it's going to look like? Like you're like, I have to face this way. I have to do like you're camera ready. It's not just I have to do the stunt, but you're also being filmed and you're conscious of that. Is there any? Is that in your mind, or it's like stunt, stunt, stunt?
No, there's definitely gotta think about the camera and the angle. You know, to make sure if it's a fight, make sure it sells, and you know, for the angle, just to make sure they don't catch your face, because if you're doubling somebody, you kind of have to hide so they don't see that it's not them.
Is there any resentment there, or being like, how dare you?
No, not at all.
Of course, yeah.
I would want somebody to do my stunts sometimes too, if I'm not feeling it that day.
And do you always get to meet the actor you're working with, or being a stunt person for?
Not all the time, actually. I didn't meet Denai for Black Panther. I didn't meet her in South Korea when I was doing the stunt for her. I did meet her afterwards when we were doing the fight scenes.
Oh, very interesting.
Yeah, not all the time.
Okay. Hey, Gabriel, do you have a...
Yes, I do have a pretty big one. If I were to pull out a map right now, can you show me where Wakanda is? Because it looks beautiful and I'd love to go on vacation there.
I might, actually, because there is actually a Wakanda in America.
Oh.
Huh, it's closer than I thought.
I'm very shocked by that answer. Can you tell us where the Wakanda in America is? Or is this a top secret?
Somebody told me. No, it's not a top secret because people now go there after Black Panther. There's a little town that's gotten lots of attention after that movie came out, and I believe the Wakanda is in. I forget. It's either in like Louisiana or Oregon.
We probably Google search it. There you go.
Yeah, we'll just have to Google it.
That's very cool. Now, so you were in Us, but do you like horror films?
I love horror films.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
What are some of your favorites?
Scream is one of my favorites because, you know, I was growing up when that came out. I liked Get Out. I don't know if that's like, you know, it's not common slasher horror.
Maybe it's definitely a horror film,
But it's definitely a horror film, Get Out. So, which was perfect that I got to work on Us with Jordan Peele because same guy. And yeah, it was an honor. I love all the Night of the Living Dead zombie movies.
Now, me, myself, personally, I like more of the sting scares that make me jump in my seat. Do you prefer that, or like the gore, or creatures, or is there a specific type?
I like jumping more than the gore. The gore is cool, too. That adds definitely a nice little element. Seeing people getting stabbed and stuff.
Oh, yes.
Had to get a lot of stabbing done myself for Us.
So you got to see some of the horror technology being used to show like blood and all like the stabbings?
Yeah. Makeup department has to use lots of blood on you.
Very sticky.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I had to deal with that once before, and it ruined several sets of clothing.
Yeah.
Much like my white makeup does for this thing. Okay, Gabriel, do you have another one?
Yeah, so I see you did some stunt work on The Orville and A Good Place. What kind of stunts do you do? And like, if there's a really funny line, do you have to just like come in and not laugh?
I mean, yeah, you have to kind of act. If you're not supposed to laugh, you don't laugh. But on The Orville, I played an alien, and we were doing a lot of fighting the whole time, basically. And on The Good Place, did a lot of falling, basically.
When you're on The Orville and you had to play, were you playing an alien? Did you have to get in a full getup?
Had to get in a full getup and have 2 hours worth of makeup done.
Ooh, how was that?
Prosthetics and makeup.
How was sitting in that chair?
Hey, I love it. I love being made up, whatever it is, whether it's beauty makeup or prosthetics. It's all fun.
Do you remember which alien you were? in case some of our horror fans out there were watching?
Yes, I was a Mocklin.
Mocklin. Oh, yes.
Yes.
Very interesting. I enjoy the show.
Female
I did watch it.
Mocklin.
Female Mocklin.
They didn't know there were those.
Oh, you were in that episode where they find the planet. Don't want to give too many spoilers away. But as a fan of the show, yes, I've definitely seen that episode. Very cool.
Yes.
It's a very fun episode. Now, before we end our interview, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you guys for having me.
We
Yeah,
appreciate it. I'm going to let Gabriel ask one more question, and then after that, we'll see if you have any plugs that you want to give or anything you want to promote. But first, Gabriel, this is your last chance. So far, you've done pretty well.
Okay, so let's say, hypothetically, if a regular person wanted to set themselves on fire to impress a group of children, what is the safest way to do that?
Well, I would say you shouldn't probably set yourself on fire to impress children. But if you really, really wanted to, you should probably have somebody there that knows what they're doing. Because, you know, it's not enough just to put on lots of fire gel. You kind of just have to know what you're doing.
Oh, there's a thing called fire gel?
No, Gabriel, the first part of that statement where you shouldn't do it is the part you should be focusing on. Oh, boy. Okay, well, let's just... Gabriel, let's forget it. Please don't do that. But Keisha Tucker, thank you so much for being here. Please, is there anything we can look forward to seeing you in?
Actually, I did a short film called Ex Grazia, and it's going to be premiering on Aspire TV, which is a TV network that's owned by Magic Johnson, and that's coming out in August. And we filmed that last year. We will be filming the feature film version in October in Canada, so look out for that coming out soon too.
Cool.
Oh, very cool. Yeah. Is there anything else we can catch you stunt doubling in?
Yes, there's a new show called Why Women Kill that's going to be coming out soon, and I do some of the stunt doubling for Kirby, who's one of the actresses. Yes.
All right. Keep your eyes out, horror fans. When you see Kirby, we know who the real stunt double is there, don't we? Okay. Well, that's going to be it. Thank you again for being here. And Gabriel, thanks for being on your best behavior.
I might have another question.
Nope. Okay. Good night, horror fans. Thank you so much for watching, horror fans. And now there's a couple of videos floating over here somewhere to my left. Now, those are older videos for you to check out. And down here below is a subscribe button. Push that, push the bell button, and you'll be notified immediately of terrifying new videos.